You might be a perfectionist if you haven't started walking in the morning because you don't have a full hour. So, I've talked about the benefit of being in the sun for an hour in the morning. We've gone over some of the things that happen in your body, the decrease of inflammation, the increase of your ability to make melatonin. We've covered those. But if you've thought to yourself, oh, I want to do that, I want those benefits for my body, and you haven't done it yet because you don't have an hour, 5 minutes is better than nothing. That perfectionism can creep in on us. If you use the words always, never, and that's perfect, those perfectionism patterns might be creeping in on you. If you've ever said to yourself, I'm going to start that healthy eating or diet on Monday or Wednesday or Thursday, create health right now. In the moment that you're in right now, there are things that you can be doing. You're always creating health. It's just if you're creating it forwards or backwards. That's that perfectionism, the patterns. Patterns can walk us away from health. So, have you ever heard the build a habit um build a habit in 21 days? Have you ever heard that? Do you know that's a lie? Such a lie. Back in the days when I used to do anything for energy and take short-term options to create energy, which basically was me slurping Diet Coke all day, uh, I would stop because I knew it wasn't good for me, but I was addicted. And so I would stop and then I would restart. And that habit was built with one Diet Coke. In like 5 minutes, I would be back on Diet Coke. It can take you so much longer to build a habit than 21 days. But if you're not being patient with yourself, if you're not being as good to yourself as you would be to me, it might be perfectionism. Now, perfectionism is rooted in shame. Perfectionism is rooted in shame. And shame is a magnesium thief. If you don't, well, I should say it this way. In my opinion, if you don't do that inner work on your shame, you'll never let go of those perfectionist habits. Shame is like an internal rage gauge. It's quiet, it's a thief, it robs you of your joy, it robs you of your health, it robs you of all the good things. So, for example, I'm going to use my own example. So, doing this walk with me every morning. Oh, I see we've got Krisha coming on. Good morning from YouTube. So, this walk with me, I still haven't quite gotten my routine down yet. So, for example, I think it was 2 mornings ago that I thought I'm going to do, because I do 6, 7, 8 miles in the morning. And so I thought I'm going to do my official walk before I do the live. Not a good idea. I could not even think. Good morning. And I needed to be sitting down. I needed water. It was not a good routine. Now, I had to do that to figure out that it didn't work. And so, good morning, good morning. I had to have, and it's not a failure, I had to have it not work out so I could figure out what will work out. And is what I see, and I do myself, and being aware of it is huge. Whoa, waves. Um, is what I see is that You set out to do something. So, for example, me figuring out my best routine for the walk with me in the morning. And if it doesn't work once, didn't work. Take that stick, beat yourself up, walk away from help. That's perfectionism. That's actually shame driving you. That's a high magnesium burn rate. So, is what I did and is what I'm in the process of doing is learning how to celebrate the failures. And I am getting so much better at it. So, that one did not work. Doing my walk before the walk with me, not a good fit. I will never do that again. I will do my start, and then when you and I are done, I'll put my phone down and do my official walk. And then the end of July, when the walk with me is over, I'll go back to just the way I was doing it. So think of your patterns so that you can create the time to get that morning sunshine in, because we know dopamine levels, melatonin levels, all of that stuff. Those first morning rays are the most beneficial and the most powerful. So, my patterns, you want them to become a habit. A habit means you just do it unconsciously. And I work is how I do it. And there's other ways to do it. I'm just sharing with you how I do it. Good morning. Good morning. So, is how I do it is I take one little part of the habit and I just fine tune it. And I give myself 30 days to figure it out. So, this walk with me, it might be the last 2 days of the walk with me. I have nailed the best way to do it because I just tweak one tiny thing at a time. So, for example, I know that it's not a good fit to bring my puppy. Good morning. I know it's not a good fit to bring my puppy. I learned that. So, puppy stays at home and I go take him on a little mini walk when I head back home. I know that I need my workout clothes laid out the night before, and not just my workout clothes, my shoes, my keys, my water bottle, the socks that I like that don't slip down. Everything is laid out. I have a little basket that holds like my resistance bands, my yoga bricks, or whatever those are called. And I just lay everything right on top of that. So I don't even have to think. Now, that is a habit now. I don't even think about those things. It does not take up my precious brain space. So let's imagine you have 100 points of brain space, of your brain thinking about different things. That setting my nighttime routine for me does not take up any brain space because it's just a part of my routine. I do it without even thinking because I've done it so many times. But that took me longer than 21 days to build that habit. So don't buy into the lie. There's actually a really good study done. It can take up to 256 days to build a habit. So if you're buying into those perfectionist tendencies, and all of us have them, it's just how much weight we give that. If you're buying into that, then you may think on day 23, this isn't working. But day 27 would have been the day you put those pieces together. Okay, so one of the things I've been trying to figure out is I need to start with a jacket because it's kind of cold, but then it gets hot as I start walking. Oh, look, I maybe found one that I can do. Oh, look, success. So, one of, wait, I've got to get this tight. Okay, one of the things, I had a hoodie that was going over my head and I had to put the phone down. I didn't want to do that to you guys every time, so I thought, okay, I need to adjust that. I tried a different jacket. I still had to put it down. This jacket's looser. It's like a teddy bear jacket, a big, comfy little jacket that's washable, because anything that I walk in gets sweaty, which is such a good thing. Sweating, you push out stuff that we don't want in our body. But this is now, boom, this is now my official jacket because that jacket worked. I didn't like setting the phone down. Now, it took me 3 jackets to figure out which one worked. But now this will always be my walk with me jacket. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. When it doesn't work and how you respond and react to it is how you figure out how it works. Because if I wouldn't have used, I have a really cute, I love it. I've had it for years from Albion. I love that jacket. I love it, love it, love it. It's more fitted and it just doesn't work for me to get off without putting the phone down. If I would have given up then, I wouldn't have figured out that this brown jacket works. So your attitude, your thoughts, remember, because thoughts make you a high magnesium burn person or a low magnesium burn person. One of the things that we're doing in this walk with me is taking the morning sun to get our inflammation down. So in August, we can do a 30-day magnesium challenge and get our magnesium numbers up, our red blood cell numbers up. That's the ultimate goal. And so that little tiny action that I figured out walks me closer to being able to do that without thinking about it. So now this jacket will go on there on my pile and it'll be easy. So easy. Don't you want health to be easy? Then quit beating yourself up when something doesn't work and change your thought to, oh, now I know that doesn't work. I'm on to the next thing. I call it leaving no stone unturned. And when we do that, we come up with things that absolutely work and make it easy for us to create health. Now, right now, we are having a 25% off magnesium sale. Our magnesium cream, our magnesium lotion, our magnesium spray, and our 64-ounce magnesium jug are all on sale. I only started out with 1,600 of the magnesium jug. I'm not even sure what we're up to, but this sale has been huge. Lots of orders. When that 64-ounce jug is out, the magnesium jug, 64 ounces, will not be replaced because the magnesium cost has gone up and we're switching to only having 32 ounces. It will ship more effectively with less leakage and it's a little bit easier to fill, meaning less payroll hours to get it filled. And Team Good Life, those amazing souls, are always constantly looking at small, effective ways that they can reduce payroll hours so that we don't have to increase the cost of magnesium. So, for example, the first container, I think it took like 2 people 26 hours to fill it. Now they've got it down to 1 person filling it in under 2 hours. That's a huge payroll difference. So those constant tweaks, if you beat yourself up though, that constant tweaking and understanding how it works for you will never happen because your weight will be so heavy from the stick that you beat yourself up with. So today's the day to celebrate if it didn't work. If it doesn't work, I want to know. I want to celebrate with you. I am such a good celebrator. when stuff doesn't work, because that means there's no amount of anything that can pull you back into that. There's no advertising or marketing, because you know that doesn't work for you. That is taking your power back. And creating health is about being more comfortable with your own power. If you're overwhelmed, that's a power issue. Overwhelm and power go hand in hand and are very connected. So if that overwhelm comes up for you a lot, becoming more comfortable with the power of your voice and the power that you hold will help you to walk out of that overwhelm. Celebrating what didn't work will help you to do that. Oh, Donna, this is a great question. She says, how long does a jug last after it's open? Indefinite. We've tested it in cold, in heat. In cold, it might form crystals, and so you need to shake it to redisperse the crystals, but it's still just as effective. So 20 years, 30 years, it doesn't change. And so it's a great time to stock up right now on our magnesium sale at livingthegoodlifenaturally.com. And remember, my goal, I don't know about you. In fact, tell me if this is your goal. Do you want to be a low magnesium burn person? A person that holds on to their magnesium and doesn't have to soak every day to maintain the benefit? If you do, let's look at those patterns. Let's look at your habits, because that's what helps you step into using less magnesium. Now, it's not an overnight process. It's a journey, and it's such a fun journey. And I love taking it with you. My name's Kristen Bowen. I'm the founder of Living the Good Life Naturally, and I want to know what the most helpful thing that you're taking away from today's live. What was the most helpful thing? And if you're in course 7, put hashtag course 7. If you're watching it on the replay, put hashtag replay. If you're here with me live this morning, I want to know, what was the most helpful thing? What was that thing that you made that connection to? Healthy women are connected women. We're connected to our power. We're connected to our minerals. That starts with magnesium. We're connected to each other. We're connected to knowledge. And we are connected to action, because knowledge doesn't do anything. You can know all the things about health. Get enough sleep, eat enough vegetables, get enough movement. You can know all those things, but if you're not doing them and taking action and being in that space of healthy, it's just gonna feel harder and harder and harder for you. And I don't like it when I see women that say, it's so hard to be healthy. Let's make it easy. Let's change our thoughts. Okay, so Shelly says, oh, to celebrate the action talent. Love it, Shelly. Jenna says, oh, I know that 21 days is such a lie. And it's everywhere on Google. It's everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And it did not take me 21 days to create a Diet Coke habit. It took me one drink, because I'm a slurper. I used to drink it fast. So it took me maybe about 10 minutes. And then, boom, I was back in that habit. So throw out the 21 days. Boom. Now, when I am creating a habit, I love to give myself a timeline. So, for example, the walk with me, I thought I'll give it 30 days because I want to do this again. You and I like it. I don't know if you do, but I really like walking with you. And so it won't be a waste of building habits, because the next time we do it, boom, I'll walk right back into that habit. Okay. Keep looking for your brown sweater. When I bought this one, it kind of looks like a teddy bear sweater, And my husband was like, oh, you'll be even softer and comfier. And it's kind of a funny one to walk in, but it works. I don't like laying my phone down and taking up that time on the live. Oh, another thing. So I have a habit of, once I find what works for me, I stay there. My Athletica leggings are so expensive, and I really would love to find something else that I loved as much. I was at Costco yesterday. On their workout table, they have leggings. Oh, I can't remember the brand. They were $5, and they met some of my requirements. I like black, so anything I get on the top matches. They have to have a pocket for my phone, and I like them higher waisted. It met all those requirements, and I'm loving them. So I've worn them for 2 days now, and I love them. So if you need some new leggings, my Costco had them on clearance for $5. I think they had been 12. So I thought, well, $5. If they don't work, I'll take them to Goodwill. And somebody will love having brand new leggings because I bought a couple pair because they didn't have a lot left. So if you need new leggings and don't want to spend, what is it, $100 for the Athletica ones, they are amazing. But these for $5 are take a good second place. Learning new things, I love that. Letting go of perfectionism, I love that. One more question that I had, and that was, Kristen, do you wear sunscreen? Now, my answer to that is yes and no. So I started using vitamin C on my skin. The texture of my skin had changed, and there's some really solid research on vitamin C on your skin improving the texture. But when you add a vitamin C serum, you become much more susceptible to sun damage. So, yes, for me, I do on my face because I do use that vitamin C serum. Now, I don't on my body, but I don't put myself in situations where I'm going to burn, because we know when we burn, that causes damage. And I also recognize that preventative skin maintenance starts here. Refined carbs and sugar, you will burn faster and cause more issues in the sun. And so that question, I can't answer for anyone else. I can only answer for me what will work. Now, when it comes to sunscreens, I stay away from USA made sunscreens because of the absolute politics and the buyout on both sides. We're not blaming one because both of them have done it on the FDA ruling and laws. So I like to go Australian. They are much more up to date with better sunscreens. And Japan, much more up to date, much better sunscreens. So it's not a question I can really say, do this. That would be inappropriate because it depends how much sun you can handle, depends on how you're eating, your sugar intake, the amount of melanin in your skin. It depends on so many things. My goal, though, is to get that sun. So when I go out at noon and I lay like this, to have that sun hit my body because I'm building my vitamin D, I have on clothing that exposes as much of my skin as possible in an area that I'm comfortable exposing that much because it's a lot. I want that sun hitting my skin and turning that vitamin D into active vitamin D because that's the first step in fighting any type of virus. And so that's crucial. Now, you can build how much time you can spend in the sun. I don't want to burn. I don't want damage done to my skin. I don't want damage done internally. And I walk away from sugar and rancid fats. So it's not a question I can say, do this, but you can take that equation and then start playing with it and make it work for you. And remember, 21 days, you probably won't have that figured out. And it also depends where you're at um, physically. Like I'm at sea level, and so the sun's a little bit different at sea level. The UV, what's the UV? But my very favorite app when it comes to this is the D-Minder. And I have the paid version. I think it's worth it. It's worth your time investment to understand where your vitamin D is by blood work, active and stored. Put it into that vitamin D app, D-Minder, with where you are at in the sun, and then start determining how much vitamin D you're getting and understanding how much vitamin D you can handle. So, Sarah helps me determine how long. That vitamin D app, Sarah, I would love to know, do you just do the free version or did you do upgrade to the paid version? I do like the paid version, but the free is awesome. I know my mom will not pay for an app. She is just morally opposed to that. So she only uses the free version. And there's still great things in the free. I just like the calculations that come with the paid. Okay, so Sarah does the paid also. I can't remember. It's been so long since I downloaded it. And it is an Android and an iPhone. I'm an iPhone girl, but it is an Android also. It's been so long since I paid for it that I cannot remember how much it was. I want to say it was like $7 or $8, but I can't remember. But even the free version is awesome. It was great to be with you this morning on our walk with me. I'll see you tomorrow morning, and we'll talk about more things: sunshine, health, and prepping for a magnesium 30-day challenge. Bye.